We all have those diseases that inspire us and hit us right in that sweet spot. And so I'm going to tier those diseases. All right, everybody, this is my tier list for the raddest diseases. Alzheimer's, right? Now, Alzheimer's, okay? The problem with Alzheimer's is it's a bit ageist, isn't it? You know, it only comes after the old people. That's a bit prejudicial. So D tier for Alzheimer's. It could do better. Black Plague. The Black Plague hasn't been relevant since like the 1200s. Okay, any disease spread by mice. It's a bit weak, isn't it? Nobody likes mice anyway. What are they doing? Hurting their E tier, ear tier for the plague. Amateur cancer. I got a nice cancer joke, guys. Right? What do cancer jokes and kids with cancer have in common? They never get old. Whew. Okay, cancer's obviously. Cancer's A tier, isn't it? It's freaking OG disease, bro. Diabetes. My mom thought I might have had diabetes once. I didn't. Diabetes, friggin' E tier, honestly. Diarrhea, on the other hand, it can be kind of embarrassing, but doesn't kill you. So that's just C. C for diarrhea. Could do better. AIDS. AIDS was a frickin' banger in the 90s, but I think it's teetered off a bit. I think it's lost its touch. So, HIV went from like here to like exploded down around here. So that's gonna average out to like a C. Measles. Measles is decent, I guess. Unsung disease, unsung villain, if you will. I'll give it a solid D. Polio. FDR had polio, right? So that gets bonus points for star quality. I'm gonna give it a B, right below cancer. Strokes. Okay, now strokes. They're all right. Heard of some of my family have gotten some strokes. Not a good thing to have, but usually doesn't kill you. I think I have no idea. It's ageist also. So put it with Alzheimer's. D. Autism. I bet you half the people that get diagnosed with autism, they don't even have it. It's a myth. F tier. It's not even. Come on. It's a joke, isn't it? It's a joke. The flu, right? Talk about not being a joke. The flu, that's not great. The, the flu, bro. The flu. The flu is not kind to you. I guess a B. Gonorrhea. Gonorrhea. Just for the name is cool. Hard to spell. But I personally, if I was making this list, I would maybe include herpes, chlamydia, genital warts. I feel like gonorrhea is taking a spot away from far more deserving STDs, and I'm not sure if I'm in support of that. So I'm gonna give it an E. I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of gonorrhea. Heart disease. Okay, now heart disease is either the second or the first leading killer in America behind cancer. I'm not sure. I think it might be first, honestly. But if Americans would do some frickin' jogging, maybe lay off the fast food, that wouldn't be the case. Cancer doesn't care what your appetite is. Cancer will come for anybody. And let's think about it. You see people with those shirts that says like F, and then like a heart, like a smiley face, CK, cancer, right? A bit hard. Swearing is never okay. Swearing would be the number one disease on this list. But you never see those for heart disease, do you? So I feel if heart disease is taking out as many people as cancer, why don't you see that more often? So for that, I'm gonna give it an E. It had all the potential in the world, didn't it? If you just look at the statistics, it's an A tier, maybe even S tier disease, but it just doesn't have the image that cancer has. Cancer has star power. Heart disease is at best a supporting character. That's just how I see it. Leprosy, come on, leprosy is an OG disease. I have to get nostalgia thinking about leprosy. That's way back in the day. That's old school. Jesus had it. I'm gonna give it a B for bring it back. I want to see more. I want to see more lepers. Come on. I want to see more lepers, and I also want to see more leopards. Hashtag save the rainforest. Yeast inflect. Does that say inflection? I thought it was infection. Yeast infection. I don't know what the hell a yeast inflection is, but yeast is beast, I'd say. But anything you can get from bread, it's a bit harsh, but it's also kind of cool, isn't it? Because you think bread is all non-threatening. You know, you kind of underestimate bread. You think, I'm not going to get a disease from bread. I'm going to be too busy getting diseases from anal sex and mice. I'm not going to get a disease from bread. That's ridiculous. But bread comes at you from behind, and it might just deliver the deadly blow to you. It might just deliver the deadly blow. You know, bread, it comes from behind. It might just deliver the deadly blow to you when you least expect it. So for that, I'm going to give yeast infections A tier. And there you go. There you go. That's my autism, F, pathetic. Black peg, diabetes, gonorrhea, heart disease. Yeah, nothing special. Rather mediocre. Alzheimer's, measles, and stroke. They're doing all right with themselves. Diarrhea, HIV, and AIDS, very respectable, but nothing spectacular. Polio, the flu, and leprosy, they're right up there, right, coming in close second. And then the top dogs, the elites, cancer and yeast infections. There you go, boys. Those are the raddest diseases around. Friggin' sub and stuff, broski, or you'll get at least one of these diseases. I don't know which one. Might be measles, might be leprosy, might even be diarrhea.